Hello everyone. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Kei, and I am a professional Japanese Forex trader as well as a Forex mentor based in Tokyo, Japan. And today I would like to talk more about one of the greatest and legendary Japanese trader and investor. His name is BNF, because I've been getting many requests to talk about him ever since I posted a video in the past talking about BNF. Traders who watched that video seem to be more and more interested about him, like what kind of strategy he was using, what kind of life he has, or what does he do right now. So in this video, or in this public live stream recording, right, I decided to talk about his story from the beginning to the end, like how he started trading, what kind of outcome and results he's got so far, and where he is currently at along with his own strategies. So if you like this topic already, please press the go button and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified as I do lives or upload new videos every day on this channel. And this is live streamed, so if you happen to watch this live and got some comments and questions, I will touch on them later on this video. And also, if you watch this on archive, please feel free to comment below. Alright, so among traders in Japan, BNF is called like a god of traders, and on the next slide I summarize his story as a trader and I will walk through each phase. So hold on, let me turn to the next page. Alright, so here's a summary. So first of all, right, you may wonder how much asset he has and in fact it's not open to public right now, so we're not exactly sure how much he has right now, but the closest guess we can make come up with is about $1 billion US. So here is the whole story about him. So in the year of 2000, when he was 21 years old, he started investing with an account of about 16,000 US. I'm just converting yen to USD, and it's equivalent to 16,000 US. He saved up the amount of money while he was at the university student, with part-time jobs, right? So that's what I think is possible and realistic in Japan. But when he started, he knew nothing about tradings. He was totally a newbie, and not only that, there were not so much textbooks that explain about the stock tradings, because individual trading with PC was not that popular in Japan at that time. So he said himself that he has been looking at the stock charts every day, all day long, and that's how he came up with his own trading strategies, which I respect personally. Now look at what happens in next 2 years, right? In next 2 years, he turned that $16,000 into $1 million US. What kind of strategy he was using was that he was using contrarian trading in short term. He was actually using a 25 moving average, and he was focusing on what we call kairi in Japanese. In English, I think the word is estrangement, right, from that moving average. So he was basically looking at the stock charts and looking for which one of those stocks has wide gap between the 25 MA and the current price, and he was looking and taking contrarian tradings. That was the strategy he was using. And what's more interesting was that during that time, in the year of around 2000, right, there was an internet bubble or .com bubble in the US. So IT stocks were going down, but BNF was taking rebounds to make profit. And I think it's just amazing, right, about his performance on how he turned his money into $1 million US, while stock markets are pretty much going down, because he was not really taking trades while the market is going up. But while it was going down, right, while the whole market was going down, he got that much profit in just 2 years. So later in 2004, right, when he was 25 years old, he started to post his ideas and feelings on what we call 2 channel, or what we call 2 channel, right, in Japanese, which is one of the biggest posting platforms where anyone can post anything anonymously. So he started to post his own strategies and trade journals with his nickname BNF, right? BNF is originally from an American hedge fund manager, right, Victor Niederhofer, but he changed the letters and made it to BNF. So it was not like a VNH, right? But he named himself BNF instead, and started to share his posts on that public, post. Yeah. So, and by the way, his real name is Takashi Kotegawa, but in Japan we usually call him BNF. So when he started his post in public, he already had total asset of 11 million US dollars. So in 2 years, now he turned his 1 million 11 times bigger, which is another amazing thing here. And how he got, right, that much asset in 2 years was that actually all these are recorded in that public post website, but he was actually taking a trend follow strategy. So basically he changed his way to take trades completely, and until, right, and still continue to grow his asset like 11 times more than 2 years ago. So talking about his trading strategy as a trend follower, right, at that time he kept his eyes on a list of like a major stocks and capturing the ones that were delaying on the trend, right? And basically he was trading with limit orders and kept his eyes on macroeconomy, like he was looking at the forex market and futures, and also he was looking at fundamental news also. So and what I'm personally impressed the most is that his flexibility, because when you think about it, right, if you can turn the initial deposit into like more than 60 times, from like 16,000 to 1 million is about like 60 or 62 times. So when you have that much success initially, right, you keep using the same strategy over and over again, right? But after 2 years, in 2002, he flexibly changed his way to take trades, his strategies, and still earn more profit. So he is being flexible to the market, and that's something I learned from him a lot. Okay, and so later in 2005, right at the age of 26, there was a big shocking event, and this is what made him very famous in Japan. So what happened was that in 2005, when BNF was at the age of 25 on one of the Japanese IPO stocks called JCOM, over on that stock, right, there was a wrong mistaken order done by Mizuho security firm. When the market opens at 9 a.m. in Japan time, everyone was curious on that IPO stock, and a man at Mizuho Securities supposed to order sell one share by 610,000 yen, but they mistakenly ordered sell 61 shares by 1 yen, and it made that stock spiking down sharply. Literally a panic market at that time. And what BNF did was actually he had 80 million US dollars in 2005 already, but as soon as he saw that stock market spiking down to the bottom price level, he bought it 40 million US dollars. So not only it was a big amount of money, but he bought half of his whole capital into that stock market. Then soon after, like 60 minutes later, Mizuho Securities bought it back, and the market spiked upwards, and BNF sold off all his shares on the same day, earned more than 20 million yen. 20 million in one single day. And so by the way, another Japanese greater investor called CIS, right, also bought the JCOM stock at that time, and he also earned about like a 6 million too. But but BNF got like 20 million, so it's much more than CIS. But actually they are friends, right? CIS and BNF are actually good friends, and we can also still hear their conversations too these days. There are, and also there are a couple of other traders, other stock traders who became millionaires on that day. So again, right, what I learned from BNF is that, when you see the stocks moving down sharply, or when forex pairs spiking up and down, you might look for the reasons, what happening in the market, or you might start to search some informational Google, or you might call someone up and ask what's happening in the market, right? But then the price will go back to the original price level in this Jacob's case. So BNF's quick approach to the market is what makes it special. And he was not really taking a chance, right? But later he said, I just did the same thing as I have been doing, and I was very calm at that time. That's what he said. So because he has been looking at the market all day long, every day, and continuously studying from his trading journals, he's placed the buy just in regular basis. Novice traders would become very happy with that, such a turnout, but BNF's attitude towards the market is what makes him very unique, and that's something that I learned so much from him. So this was quite a big news in Japan, and BNF started to be in public medias between 2006 and 2008. And he was actually called J-Con Man, right? J-Con Man. By the way, in 2008, at the age of 29, right here, he already grew his capital to $200 million US. But on those medias and TV shows, he was eating like cup ramens or some other noodles, some cheap foods, right? So he doesn't really spend much money. He never been outside of Japan, and he says something interesting here. He says, whether you make money or lose money in the market, either way, it's like a hell. like he says, it's like I feel depressed in any ways, because even he's got some profits, he blamed himself why I wasn't able to sell and exit at the highest price as possible, and it hurts his feelings. And when he loses, right, physically he loses his money. So he says either way, it makes him very depressing. So that was very interesting, right? And also, right, and since 2008, at the age of 29, he doesn't come much out in public, so the information gets very limited afterwards about him. But we know that he bought 2 new buildings in Akihabara City, which is the biggest city for the electric parts and the PC shops and games and figures in Japan. But he bought 2 buildings there in that city. One of them was bought in 2008 with 90 million USD. And the other was bought in 2011 with 170 million US dollars. And they were bought by cash. When someone buys properties, we can see the name of the owner of that building, right? And someone noticed, oh, these buildings were bought by BNF, right? And that's how we know that these buildings are owned by BNF now. And so yeah, let me show the picture. And so the one of them, right, this is called the Chomchom building, right? That's in Akihabara, right? And this one was bought by BNF. And also another one, Culture Zone in Akihabara. This building is also bought by BNF. So yeah, you see how big these buildings are. All right. And yeah, and also in 2013, right, in 2013, at the age of 34, his name came on a building in a city called Shibuya City, which is another big city right in the center of Tokyo. There is a Hachiko statue there in Shibuya, but he bought another building in 2013 over there. And the latest information is that he sold one of the buildings in Akihabara in 2018 and got a profit of about 30 million USD. So that was a rough story of how he started his stock tradings and has been increasing his profits and assets up until these days. Alright, and now let me conclude this whole amazing story by referring to his own words. He says this about investing. Alright, so I will introduce 4 words from him, and one of them is the most important thing about investing. The most important thing about investment is when to exit, right? And exit timing is very key. You must put your effort and focus on minimizing the losses when your profit will grow naturally. And that was what he was saying. So, and also he says, if the market goes down, right? If the market goes down more than I expected, I cut the losses as early as possible without waiting for the price to come back. So he was very quick in terms of cutting losses, and he talks about the importance of cutting losses as soon as possible. All right, and also hold on, let's see. Yeah, and the next quote, right? He says a chart should be as simple as possible. The market either goes up or down, after all. So no matter how complex or how simple my analysis becomes, all that it matters is whether it goes up or down. So he was pretty simple-minded guy, right? Where if the market goes up or down, and that was his, he was focusing on. So he was not really putting like different, like many indicators, or he was not really looking at like many things right on the chart. But he was pretty focusing on whether the price will go up or down, and that was about it. That's what he says actually. And we can still read his comments on this public journal in Japanese. And finally, let me refer to his 4th comment here. He says, whether I take swing, day, or scalping, right, totally depends on the market. So sometimes he takes scalping, sometimes he takes daily trading, and also swing trader. He becomes a swing trader sometimes, and it depends on the market. So his attitude of being flexible to the market is something that I learned the most, and that's something that I actually take trades every day, and that's what I try to teach when in my global trader school. So, and yeah, so I think this is what I truly believe myself as a pro trader, and this is what I ask my students to master within my global trading school. A man who masters exit timing, masters trading and investing. And also we better focus on whether the market's gonna go up or down, right? And that's what it matters here. And we can be flexible to the market, right? Sometimes we can keep holding that sell or buy for a couple of days or weeks, but whenever you have to exit, you have to do it quick. So in that sense, we have to be flexible in terms of the time frames. All right. So that was about it about BNF here. So I hope you enjoyed and learned something from one of the greatest Japanese traders, BNF. And if you liked today's video, please press the good button and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified as I keep doing the lives or upload new videos every day in the future. Alright, so now let me come back to your comments and let's see who's here now. Right, and because this was a short notice, I don't really expect that many people will come, but let's see. Oh wow, there are so many people coming here. Thank you for joining, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this public recording. So it was basically the public recording. So I was kind of recording this one in public. So, and that will be uploaded and that will be saved on the archives too. But if you have any questions about him, you can, or comments about him, you can just raise it on the chat box. Or if you've seen this archive, right, you can leave some comments below too. Alright, so thank you for joining Sergio, Paul, Emmanuel, right? Michelle, and Linha, Woj, Electron, Savan, Derek, Dream, Lawrence, Artur Sitaram. Thank you for joining. Wasan, Paul, Raza, Dream, Green, Min, and City Forex. Yep. Thanks for joining, everyone. Good to see you. Alright, so yep, I hope you enjoyed the story about BNF. Alright. I was just looking at the charts. Nice to see the random stream from you. Sure. So yeah, so I decided to do this right in a short notice because this is not like Forex related topic, right? I'm not here to look at some charts here, but here, right, I just decided to record this video in public so that if you happen to see my live stream, you can join and make some comments. Alright, hi everyone, thank you for joining from Italy, from yeah, very nice to see you, from Pakistan, good to see you too. Alright, very nice to see you. So I will do the live, right? I will do the live on the regular time, but this is kind of the irregular one. It was just the sharing information about BNF. So yeah, what was he trading stocks or currencies? I would say on stock he can make more money. Yeah, he was trading on stocks. Yeah, he was a stock trader. All right. Hi Hick, thanks for joining. It's that guy, I've seen him on Instagram. Oh really? Okay. I think he's not really in public right now, so I think that's the fake account, I guess. Alright. Yeah, the London session just opened, but I'm not really taking trades yet right now. Yeah. Alright, thank you for joining from Singapore. Good to see you. Is BNF still trading actively? That part I'm not sure. I'm not really sure because we don't have that kind of information real time. No emotions seems to be the key for him. Yeah, exactly. So actually he was emotional, right? He gets emotional before and after, right? Especially after the trading, but while he was taking trades, he was not really emotional. And that's the kind of attitude that we have to have to the market. Yeah, and of course we can be emotional, right, in daily lives, right? That's okay too. But when it comes to taking trades, we have to be less emotional. And I think that's what we call professional in any tradings. We don't have, we can't, you know, take our personal lives into the market, and we cannot take trades that way, right? We have to separate the forex trading and also our private lives in terms of emotions. What about his strategy? So I touched on his strategy here, right? So he was taking, so in 2002, right, up until the IT bubble, .com bubble, he was taking contrarian trading based on the 25 moving average, and afterwards he was taking trend follow, swing trend follow strategy. I don't trade stocks. Yeah, I don't trade stocks, but I will. I am actually starting to take trade stocks right now. And if I move to Dubai, I will take trades in stocks. Yeah. He's a stock trader. Yeah, he is a stock trader. He was not a forex trader, but he only took trades on stocks. Yep. I think he's still trading. You cannot quit something that you love doing. I think so. I agree, Dream. I agree. Yeah. But now that his asset is too big to trade stocks, right? He cannot really put in that much money into like one single stock market. And I think that was something that he was saying. He was saying that because his asset is too big, it actually affects the market in stock markets. So that's when he was kind of switching from stock tradings to buying properties, buildings in Tokyo. And also he's got some properties in Hokkaido, the north part of Japan too. Hi, thank you for joining from Morocco. Good to see you. Fluid like a water. Follow the market only who deep knowledge with market will do. That he's so genius. Yeah, exactly. So go with the flow is a very key. That's true. Market spoofing. All right. I will study about that too. Is he trading only Japanese stocks? He was actually basically taking trades in Japanese stocks. Yeah. Right now, I'm not sure. But at that time, in these times, right, he was only taking trades on Japanese stocks. But he said he was looking at overseas stocks too. But mainly he was taking trades on Japanese stocks at these times. Yeah. And he and another guy called CIS, right? They are good friends. I'm not sure right now, again, right? But I heard some conversation between BNF and CIS, and that was very knowledgeable too. So there are, many good stock traders or forex traders in Japan too, and I feel like sharing their stories as a Japanese trader here, because I do read books of them and I do, read their posts too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short noticed live stream as a public recording here. So yeah, thank you for joining everyone, and I will end the live now. So if you liked it, please press a good button before you leave, and please press subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified for my future lives and videos. Alright, so and in about 1, 2, 3, 4.5 hours later, I will do a public live, so I hope I will see you there too. Alright, so thank you everyone for joining, and stay gold. Alright, mata ne. Bye for now.